Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We are in the 10,000 delights, but we are already leaving. We need to go to the upper city, so we can visit this palace of incest and degeneracy. I'm not entirely sure where the... Oh, it's here. We need to climb to the rooftop here. I need to save, because I seem to recall that there's some guy up there.
Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Apparently not. I must mistake it for another place then.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Pick the lock of this chest.
This is my kind of work.
And we find the helm of static discharge. Yeah, not too bad.
The mongrel did it.
We are not going to enter that house. In fact, we get out at the main plaza, so let's talk to the senior guard. Hey, it's the Mephit Slayer himself. I'd like to go through. How did you even get in here? Come on, back to the slums with you. Scurry back into the rat's nest that spawned you again and get out of my sight. Out of my way, scum. The demon seems to have shrunk and lost most of his bluster. I don't care what Nocticula says. I'd rather live to see another day. Come on, hurry on through while I just happen to be looking the other way. So, rumors about the commander are spreading throughout the city. We are starting to get famous here. We need to go northwest, which I assume is up that way. Which means we need to go through this portal. Knowledge Arcana.
Done.
Purple fog, just like the moon in the night sky, is a product of the will of the Lady in Shadow. She could give her realm any appearance, and she has chosen this one. We're going up this bridge. Of course, these islands shift and change, so... Thank you.
I know the way.
No, this is the wrong way, actually. This is the one we need to go up.
Follow my lead.
There's a chest we can loot over there. The House of Wicked Knowledge. Well, that's not the right place.
As it should be.
Oh, a bunch of vampires.
Distract them for me.
92. Well done.
Precision and grace.
Try to dominate the horse.
You've crossed the wrong mountain.
You go on doing that.
Into the fray.
I don't think Feast of Blood or Exsanguinate will do much good on these guys. It actually will.
This will hurt.
Okay, Waldriff, kill him.
Time to share your treasures.
Thank you.
I'll make short work of this.
It's very disappointing of you.
Forward! You won't survive me.
Hi.
The inheritor, guide my
A
blade.
calculated risk.
There we go, that's those dealt with. We found the Defiler, Heavy Mace, Mithril Chainmail +2, and the Ringer Protection +3. And we will be attacked on regular basis here. Perception check failed. Finger of Death, huh? Where is this? It's over here. Let's pop in here. Need to talk to the sinner. The succubi gives you a sharp smile. She scoops up another handful of gold and carefully tucks it away in her pockets. What do you want? I hope this sleazebag wasn't a friend of yours. Think carefully before you answer. The succubus nods toward the mauled corpse. Who are you, and what are you doing here? The succubus glances at her companions and gives you a sly smile. We are the delightful and deadly succubi of the 10,000 Delights. I'm sure you've heard of us. And this is... was one of our clients. This horny pervert was enthusiastic in bed, but stingy with his purse. So stingy, in fact, the girls and I decided it would just be easier to kill him and take his money. The succubus pouts slightly, throwing a resentful glance at the demon's remains. You kill your own client? It's disgraceful. Oh, did you hear that, girls? This portal has morals. Well, I've got news for you, sweetie. This is the abyss. Nobody cares. So, what if somebody trusts you? Slit their throat. Stab them in the back. It's only disgraceful if you wait too long, and they do it to you first. I'd like to hire you. I want to entertain the champion of the arena. The succubus looks intrigued. She exchanges a glance with her friends, and there's a mischievous light in her eyes. You've just seen the dead body of our former client, and you still want to hire us? You must really like to take risks. Or maybe you just really hate this champion of yours. Either way, take the job, as long as you pay. 40,000 gold, and we're all yours, handsome. I've already paid your mistress for your services. The succubus shrugs and responds in a petulant voice. But you haven't paid us. If you made a deal with the mistress, then you should take it up with her if you want something done. Don't come running to us. Stop trying to take advantage of me. It won't end well. The succubus chuckles, but eyes you warily. You're not one to be trifled with, are you? We love such stern clients. Fine. I'll make sure the mistress pays us what we are owed, but we'll deal with that later. Right now, it is time for us to get to work. See you at the battle, Bliss. Let's find out if the champion is as good as they say. Indeed. Would you please come back? Thank you. Now, I would not want... Normally I would take the portal to get back down there. However, in this specific case, I actually want to apparently go behind here for some obscure reason.
Can't hide from me.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
You're not going inside.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Where's the portal up? There it is. We want to take the gate down, because the gate haven't been opened at the other side. You can fight the guards if you want to, and they actually give you decent experience points if you do, but I don't think I want to do that. There is enough fighting in this city as is. That didn't open the gate though. I want to go through. Out of my way, scum. Okay. So, we got it open at least. And we might as well just pop into the 10,000 Delights and use the portal to get back down. Imprisonment begins in one's own mind. I kind of like that expression. Geldrafang... No. I've arranged a deal with the succubi. Ah, I am glad to hear it. Your help in these matters is invaluable, since I cannot attend to them myself. I think you will find the reward for your assistance is quite generous. I've arranged a fight for you against a member of the Nahyndrian League. Please, let me know as soon as you are ready. The tiefling carefully counts out the gold coins and hands them over to you. This should compensate your expenses. Whatever. I hope this wasn't just a waste of time. The tiefling nods earnestly. You have no idea how important this was. Thank you for your help. I am ready to enter the arena. I hope you came prepared. The members of the Nahyndrian League are formidable opponents. Atselm, your next opponent, has claimed the lives of over 100 of her opponents. She has also been slain in the arena on 3 separate occasions. However, she never stays dead. It's quite mysterious, but she always comes back to life, ready to fight at the battle bliss once more. Who is my opponent? Imp scowls and covers his face with his hands. He peeks out from between his tiny fingers as if he is wearing a mask. The tiefling glances at his familiar and then nods. Atselm will be your opponent. She is a very dangerous member of the Nahyndrian League, but she is a bit of a mystery. She used to work for the Assassin's Guild, and no one knows why she left. She is swift, deadly, and violent, but most importantly, she is extremely hard to kill. Stay on your guard against her. Earning your membership in the Nahyndrian League will not be easy. Hopefully we'll all stay together this time. Now he wants a place in the Nahyndrian League. This is Caledon, the Mephit Slayer. The Nahyndrian League proudly presents its fighter. You all know her, you obsess over her, and you all fear her. We've enjoyed her hundreds of victories in the arena, and 3 times we've enjoyed her defeat and painful death. But every time she has come back from the dead. An artist of suffering, Atselm thrice killed. I'll cut your eyes faster than you can blink. The winner of this fight will be granted membership in the Nahyndrian League, and the other will die. Or in the case of Atselm, not die. We will have to find out. Fighters, commence battle.
No reason to pause.
Get to cast some buffs.
Who? Me?
The road awaits.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Rely on
I'm
me.
all ears.
Okay.
My tail is restless.
Observe the others. Learn from their mistakes before they learn from yours.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
Together we stand.
1 versus 5? Seriously?
Out of my sight!
Endure this!
A solid plan.
Cover me, all right?
Yeah, no, I don't think she'll survive very long. Arena, I'll be back. I always come back. This is not the end. This can't be happening. The Nahyndrian League's fighter is down. The fearsome Atselm has fallen. Long live the newest member of the Nahyndrian League. Irmangaleth solemnly raises his hands for silence. His eyes sweep across the arena before coming to rest on you. There is a sly look on his face, and he gives you a cheerful wink before quickly resuming a pompous and dignified expression. He turns back to the crowds and his voice booms out over the arena. Behold, the newest member of the Nahyndrian League. He is invincible, bloodthirsty, violent and cunning. It's Caledon, the Mephit Slayer. Glory and death. The crowd goes wild. Demons climb over one another trying to get a better look at you. The roar of the spectators grows so loud you can feel it in your bones. The audience is utterly enthralled. They look at you in wonder and worship you as if you're a god. Let's just shout the traditional gladiatorial battle cry. The crowd roars its approval. The screams of the audience shake the arena and the battle bliss trembles with the noise of their stomping feet. They pump their fists excitedly and yell in unison, "Mephit Slayer!" Ermengareth lays his fat hand on your shoulder with exaggerated friendliness. This gladiator is no longer an unknown fighter, a loner without a place to belong. For his valor and courage, Caledon will receive a collar of the Nahyndrian League. From now on, he is the precious property of the Battle Bliss. I am pleased to tell you that I have personally taken this worthy warrior under my wing. Look out, champ! Ermengareth pats you on the shoulder again, and as it does, the world around you fades to black. Hey, that's enough fooling around. You have more methods to defeat. Ermengareth looms over you. The Arena Master's massive bloated torso wriggles wildly as he bursts into a fit of maniacal laughter. As the Cambion howls in amusement, you realize that your neck feels stiff. You reach up a hand and discover that you are now wearing a jewel-studded metal collar. The hand's voice is filled with sorrow and remorse. I've let you down, champion. That fiend has taken you captive and I was unable to stop him. I could not perceive his motives through the veil of insanity that shrouds his damaged mind. I knew we were in the abyss, a place where you can't even trust your own shadow, but I failed to be vigilant. Well, what's done is done. Stay strong. We will find a way to free you. Are you out of your mind, you fat pile of shit? Ermengareth smiles at you approvingly. He responds eagerly. Yes, there's the passion. That's what the audience loves about you. The crowds would tear you to pieces if they had the chance. It wasn't easy to keep them away from you. Everyone wanted to leave with a small souvenir. They would have loved to test their skills against the arena's newest sensation. If you left the Battle Bliss, you'd be the most popular entertainment in the city. Everyone would be trying to pick a fight with you. I simply cannot allow the arena to lose its most promising new gladiator. No, it would be an unacceptable tragedy. The Cambion points to your collar with a smile. Please, accept this small gift with my compliments. It will guarantee your safety. This collar will also make sure you do not leave the Battle Bliss. I don't want you out looking for trouble on the streets. It will also prevent you from picking fights with other gladiators outside the scheduled fight times. It would be so wasteful if you started killing one another outside the arena. The crowds would miss out on all the action. No, there will be a time and a place for fighting, but here you can experience other kinds of entertainment. You'll enjoy all the pleasures accorded to a new star in the arena. The best food and drink, the most passionate succubi, and throngs of adoring fans. You'll love being my property, I promise. Why would I... this game. Or rather, the writing of... Like, the chaotic choice? This is good. Lawful choice? This is also good. The evil choice? What the heck? I mean, if I were a demon, as in the Mythic Path demon, I would not agree that his actions were very reasonable. I would try to kill him. If I were a devil, lawful evil, I would also try to kill him. If I am a lich, lawful evil, I would also want to kill him. If I were an angel, who is good, I would also want to kill him. If I were an Azata, chaotic good, I would try to kill him. I can't think of any way anyone, even a neutral evil character, would think that it is reasonable to be captured and collared with a slave collar. Okay, that's one of my pet peeves. Few of them. I don't have many with this game because I'm really loving the game, but I have a pet... Some of these evil choices are just... dumb. Anyhow, after I won my victory in the arena, you deprived me of my freedom. You have acted dishonorably. You wanted to become a legend. I can make that happen, but legends don't just walk the streets of Legionera. They can't live among the common folk, easily accessible to the adoring crowds and unwashed masses. No, you must be distant and aloof. If someone catches a glimpse of you, it should be all they talk about. You want them to brag about the encounter and tell all their friends. This will increase your reputation, and soon you will be in high demand. Yes, this is your new life. I've amputated your freedom like an unnecessary appendage so that you can achieve true greatness. Where are my companions? Errand sounds distracted. Your companions. Ah yes, there was a group of Galarians who came looking for you, but I gave the guards strict orders to keep them away. Are they your slaves? Forget about them, you won't need them anymore. I own the best slaves in the Lucianera, and they are all at your disposal. Take off this collar right now. Don't know who I am, do you? You've made a big mistake. The demon winks at you. You do realize that you're not my first obstinate guest, don't you? Some of the creatures who have worn my collars once aspired to become demon lords. Trust me, I am very prudent. My collars are designed to restrain all matters of creatures. Not even a Baylor could escape. Okay, let me just get to the correct place here. And we'll say it won't work. I will find a way to get free. The arena master nods with a chuckle. Of course you will. But it won't happen the way you imagine. The crowd wants to see Gelderfang tear you apart. They simply cannot wait for that to happen. And who am I to deny them? If I ignore their desires, they will storm the arena. Yes, soon you will take your last stand in the arena. When the champion is done with you, you will be truly free. Of course you will be dead, but your spirit will live on. No one will ever forget the ambitious newcomer who almost defeated the champion. This collar reminds me of the seal we broke back in Dresden. If I try to break it here, its powers will be unleashed and the collar will likely kill you. I don't want to take that risk, at least not right now. Let's only consider that option as a last resort. For now, you should try to stay calm, be vigilant, and look for opportunities to escape. I'm certain you will find a way to get free. Not everyone seems to like the way you run the arena. Oh, please don't start spouting all that rubbish about fair fights. What does that even mean? One of the opponents is always stronger than the other, that's the whole point. After all, the fights are supposed to be entertaining. The spectators come here to watch the strong triumph over the weak. They want to enjoy the taste of victory without ever leaving their seat. The arena is a theatre of violence, a deadly circus, but it is not a fighting pit. After all, the fight always follows one of two narratives. Either the monster prevails over its helpless victim, or the invincible hero chops off the monster's head. The outcome of every fight is predetermined, and its narrative depends on what the spectators want to see. Some fighters are crowd favorites. The audience cheers them on with whistles and shouts of encouragement. And of course there are other fighters that they despise. The crowds jeer them from the stands. Why would anyone want to change all of that? It would ruin the show. The audience wants a performance, not a competition match between two professional gladiators. What's the point of a fight without any drama? Might as well flip a coin to decide who wins. Nobody wants fair fights except for Zeklex. The audience likes things the way they are, but Zeklex handles the betting tables and they haven't been very profitable. Of course, under my management, the arena makes money in other ways, but that's not enough for him. He wants to turn my magnificent theatre of violence into a stupid slaughterhouse. Do you really think the Mephit Slayer is an amusing title? There is an insane light in the Cambion's eyes. He nearly chokes with laughter. Yes, I think it's magnificent. All of Lucianera finds it funny. You must admit I have a talent for inventing memorable nicknames. No, you stupid lard bucket, it isn't funny at all. Errand pays you no heed. He seems immensely pleased with himself, and his whole body shakes with laughter. I think you've gone completely insane. Errand smiles disarmingly. I surely am. I am mad as a hatter, my marbles long lost. But what did you expect? You're in the abyss. Everyone is crazy here. If you are sane and sensible, you are shunned by society and you'll be considered an outcast. I think we're done here. Get some rest and restore your strength. The healer will mend your wounds and Zeklex will take care of your other needs. Okay. I have no need to talk to the arena healer. Okay. Well, thank you. A massive scaly demon greets your arrival with a roar of fury. She spins her weapon toward you with practiced ease, stopping the blade an inch from your chest. Golarion. New blood. You have not been in the League for long, but you've already been given the chance to fight against Gelderfang. I have been fighting in the arena for over a year now, but Irmangalath protects his champion from me. Pathetic cowards, the both of them. Who are you? The demon twirls her weapon in the air. The blade comes within a hair's breadth of your face. Surely you already know. I am Ruxa, the future champion of the Battle Bliss. We Vavakia are the greatest of the races, and even among my own kind I am considered the best and strongest. Power that roars within me was a gift from Lamashtu herself. She gave me the strength to conquer the entire universe. What can that pompous weakling Gelderfang possibly do to me? I'll take him by his neck with one hand and I'll grab his wings with the other. Then I'll tear him apart. Do you worship Lamashtu? The demon answers with a proud roar. Yes. Lamashtu created Vavakia to rule and conquer. She gives us strength, power and superiority over all the rest. We are conquerors, Lamashtu's true firstborns. All Vavakia must worship her. I have to go. Get lost, New Blood. I'll kill you in the arena soon enough. I do not want to try to make alliances. Gelderfang. Gelderfang greets you with a condescending sneer. Looks at you smugly, flexing his muscles so that you can see his chiseled abs beneath his smooth, flawless skin. His teeth have been neatly filed, and his impassive eyes hide a cold fury that could ignite into a hot, flaming rage at any moment. You get the feeling that it wouldn't take much to set him off on a rampage. Ah, you must be my next victim. So, you're the little Golarion who wants to challenge me for the title of Battle Bliss Champion. Gelderfang pretends not to recognize you, looks you up and down, and then fixes you with a bored, lazy stare. Another primitive Golarion. There's nothing special about you. How disappointing. This one seems amusing. You don't deserve to be the champion. You're a pathetic blowhard, and it's appalling that I have to fight against such an unworthy opponent. The demon's relaxed, laid-back demeanor vanishes instantly. He hisses furiously, baring his teeth in an angry snarl. I'm going to make you suffer. I'll make you beg for the sweet release of death. I'll start nice and slow. Oh yes, I'll take my time as I unravel your innards. I'll make a noose for you out of your own intestines, and then I'll strangle you until the life leaves your body. I mean, why not provoke him a little bit before we...
A trivial matter.
Take him out? That was definitely worth that expert lockpick. As I expected. Most of the things down here in the abyss that gives loot, especially if they're locked, usually gives pretty good loot. At Selm. Atselm sits in front of you, looking very much alive, despite her recent death in the arena. However, she is not alone. 2 other figures sit beside her. The first is an elderly woman with a wrinkled face. Despite her age, she still retains some of the grace and vigor of youth. The second is a very young girl who has only just passed from childhood to adolescence. Adolescence. It is adolescence, I think. Upon closer inspection, you realize that both of these figures look like Atselm. They all share the same face. Atselm looks up at you. She has high cheekbones and androgynous features that could easily belong to a man or a woman. Her ears are partially hidden beneath her hair, but you can just make out their strange shape. You realize that Atselm is not human, though from a distance she could easily be mistaken for one. She greets you cheerfully and does not seem to harbor any resentment toward you. Ah, here comes our killer. We hope you enjoyed the sweet taste of victory. The old woman who looks like Atselm adds in a stern voice, but we won't forget what you've done to us. It hurt us very much. Be glad that we're not vindictive. Well, not normally. How did you survive? We are a Fae of the First World, a triune being with joint thoughts and feelings. When 2 of us fight in the arena, the third one observes, hidden by magic. This way, one of us will stay alive even if the others die. When the morning comes, we will return to our triune form. I had to follow the rules of the arena. The old woman answers you grumpily. Rules have nothing to do with it. This is the abyss, where rules are invented only to be broken. You killed us before because we were your enemies, not because you wanted to follow the stupid rules. How do you create copies of yourself? The girl smiles mischievously and sticks out her tongue. It's a Fae secret. We won't tell you. Why do you refer to yourself in the plural? The elderly woman chuckles. She shrugs her shoulders and sighs. We are not 1, and we are not 3. We are a triune entity. This is the way we are accustomed to speaking. Tell me about yourself. We are Atselm Thundereyes, a Fae from the First World, and a proud scout of the Wild Hunt. It was Atselm's job to track down the prey and flush them out from hiding. After a good chase, there would be feasts, and Atselm always took a bottle of spiced wine to the monarch of the hunt. During one of the feasts, Atselm infuriated the monarch when she mixed up 2 bottles of wine. She brought him young wine, fragrant and smelling of spring, but he asked her for aged wine that tasted of oak, a wine that would leave the bitterness of regret on the tongue and make the soul weep. Old Atselm joins in, and her voice trembles with bitterness. And the monarch said, "Don't you know the difference between young and old, Atselm? No? Well, I'll show you." And he banished Atselm from the First World. But the Fae used to be a good servant, so at the last moment the monarch relented. To help Atselm overcome her pathetic stupidity, the monarch taught her a special spell in order to cast this spell on herself every morning. This spell made Atselm a triune being and helped her understand the difference between vibrant youth and the grey hairs of old age. Young Atselm interrupts the older version of herself. And now Atselm has grown wise. We have become very wise. And the time is near when the monarch will summon us back to the Wild Hunt, and we'll be riding again with our brothers and sisters. We will drink and laugh, and no one will say, "Ha, Atselm is so foolish, she doesn't even know the difference between young and old," ever again. How would you like to help me kill Gelderfang in the arena? You wish to betray Ermengareth and kill his champion? That is an ambitious plan, and for some reason you have decided to seek our help. You killed us, but that has not stopped you from paying us a visit. This is all very unusual. Yes, you've intrigued us. Now you must persuade us. Young Atselm laughs and clasps her hands together eagerly. We want to hear more about this cunning treachery. How exciting! Because it will be fun to betray Ermengareth. The young Atselm nods her approval. She gestures towards her other 2 forms as if to indicate that she is speaking on their behalf. The Golarian knows the meaning of fun. Sounds like a very good joke. Count us in. That sounds 3 incarnation. You leave with a sly smile.
I'll go ahead.
Charred bulwark. A huge dark-skinned man sits quivering in the corner. His giant body is covered in scars. Many of his injuries look like they should have been fatal, yet somehow he is still alive. Some of his wounds are still fresh, but no one has bandaged them up or tried to heal him. The man's skin is in tatters and blood oozes from his broken body. He is clearly in a lot of pain, and it is hard to believe that someone so badly injured could maintain consciousness. He casts a wary glance in your direction and grunts something unintelligible. Can't make out his words, but his tone is an unmistakable warning to not come any closer. Examine the slave's sword and helmet. The gladiator moves with surprising speed. As you reach for the items, he snatches them away. His voice is a hoarse whisper. Not yours. Go away. Who are you? The dire one. Can you understand me? There's a mixture of fear and anger in the man's bloodshot eyes. Perhaps he doesn't understand you, or perhaps he just doesn't want to talk. Okay.
I know the way.
Zeklex takes a wary step back. I thought I had convinced Errand not to take you captive, but clearly I was wrong. He's a raving lunatic and constantly changes his decisions. You should direct your anger toward him. Did you know that I was walking into a trap? I didn't know for sure, but I did have my suspicions. All the members of the Nahyndrian League are considered Imrangaleth's property, and since gladiators are valuable assets, they are not allowed to leave the arena. All of the elite fighters at the Battle Bliss wear those collars. However, I did suggest to Errand that he should make an exception in your case. I told him that he should allow you to remain free. I thought I had managed to convince him, but clearly I was wrong. Why am I being forced to wear this collar? These collars are worn by all the members of the Nahyndrian League. You won't be able to leave the arena, and if you try to escape, the collar will immediately teleport you back to the Battle Bliss. If you try to hurt Errand or harm his property while wearing the collar, it will transfer you to a safe and quiet place where you can calm down. Of course, the collar will be removed when you enter the arena. That's the only time members of the Nahyndrian League are allowed to fight one another. Errand doesn't want his precious property damaged outside the arena, but there are no such restrictions once his fighters are inside. As long as there are screaming crowds in the stands, the gladiators can do whatever they want to one another. Did you hear that, champion? They'll take off the collar when you fight. As soon as you enter the arena, you will be free and unfettered. You can do whatever you want. A lot of the gladiators believe that they're invincible. They are so confident in their own abilities they'll challenge anyone to a fight. Before our gladiators had collars, they used to strut around the streets of Alushanira and pick fights with dangerous opponents. We lost a good number of good fighters that way. Even worse, they would fight among themselves and kill or maim one another outside the arena without any spectators to watch. That's why I had the idea to create these collars. However, Errand stole my idea and took all the credit for it. You'll regret this, I promise. The tiefling points to Errand. If you are looking for someone to blame for your imprisonment, look no further than the arena master. You should be angry at him, not me. Will you help me escape? Of course I will. I have a plan that will help free you from the collar and help you defeat Gelderfang, and trust me, you will need my help. While you were unconscious, Errand managed to find a Nahyndrian crystal. Gelderfang has been obsessed with getting his hands on one, and his wish finally came true. A demon called Mutasafen took the crystal into Gelderfang's room and locked the door. For the next few hours, the sound of the champion's screams shook the arena. When Gelderfang emerged from his room, he was covered in blood, but he also looked stronger and more powerful than ever. Errand is confident that you don't stand a chance against this champion. But I disagree. I think you can win. Zeklex lowers his voice conspiratorially. I want to overthrow Errand and take over the Battle Bliss. Errand is terrible at his job and is standing in the way of my ambitions. There is no denying that he is a genius. No one can get the crowds excited like he can, but his management of the arena could not be worse. The fights have turned into a bloody circus. The opponents are never evenly matched, and the crowds are losing interest, and the passion of the audience is fading away. I want to change all of that. But it won't be easy to kill Errand. The current champion Gelderfang protects him. After his last escapade, Errand has forbidden Gelderfang from leaving his side. That means Errand is only vulnerable when the champion is fighting in the arena. So, I want to offer you a deal. I'll help you eliminate Gelderfang if you help me overthrow Errand. If you agree to my proposal, make sure your companions join you in the arena when you need them. Then you can kill Gelderfang together. You can have the title and all the glory that comes with it. You'll become the champion and I'll take over the arena. Deal? The tiefling extends his hand to you and looks at you solemnly. Fine. The tiefling begins to speak in a brisk, matter-of-fact tone. The imp nods his agreement with each sentence. Gelderfang is of course an extremely dangerous opponent, but he is not without his vulnerabilities. For example, he doesn't know that you hired the succubi to keep him company. Since you paid for their services, I think they'd be willing to accommodate some special requests. If you want to weaken Gelderfang before the fight, I'm sure you could persuade them to help you. I think that's everything. Try to make use of these advantages during the fight. It'll be your best chance to defeat Gelderfang. And while you fight for the title of champion, I will eliminate Errand. He'll be vulnerable without his favorite bodyguard. Then the Battle Bliss arena will be ours. Of course, you won't have to fight Gelderfang all by yourself. Your companions were worried when Errand kidnapped you. I reached out to them and secured their cooperation. I'll make sure they join you in the arena when the time comes. The Battle Bliss will be ours. Zeklex nods but does not speak. His face is screwed up in concentration, as if trying to calculate something in his head. Finally, he gives a satisfied nod. Yes, we are taking a risk, but delaying any longer will not improve our situation. In fact, it might make it worse. So, we need to take action now. It is time for you to prepare for the hardest fight of your life. Gelderfang is a true master of violence, and now, with the Nahyndrian crystal, he's stronger than ever. I don't think we want to rest, but we do want to wrap up the episode. So we'll have the fight with Gelderfang in the next episode. For now, if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section below the video as per usual. And I hope that you're enjoying the series. Well, if you're still watching this series, I'm sure you are. So, thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.